Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do another pocket project, and I'm just going to call this Easy One Envelope Pocket. So this is what it looks like. Just has a this is the little closure, this little flap here, and it flips up, and we just used one envelope for the back. We have a tag in it. I put my tag on a piece of file folder, and I cut my notch in here just so you could see the top of it. And then for my top flap, now I made this quite a while back, and I really can't remember if I put file folder under here and then put the coffee dyed paper to cover that. I really can't remember because it seems kind of stiff. And then I covered it, and I just had it come over the back a little bit. Now you can, the idea is to glue this in, and you could glue like two sides and have a little tuck, or you could glue all three sides and have another long pocket. You could, if you wanted it as a floating pocket, you could cover the back of it and put it in a pocket. So I just added a couple little birds because it had leaves in it, had a little music in it. Added a couple little birds here. I thought that was all that I needed to decorate it with. And I just put a little leaf, it looks like a little bamboo plant or something, on my little circle closure just to decorate that. So that's what we're going to make today. And all I used was one of the regular small size envelopes today. That one was junk mail, but I had to have one that was a little tiny bit narrower, but it's still the same size. But for whatever reason, this envelope was a little narrower than the other ones that I have, so I just stuck to the new envelope. And this is about almost 6.5 by about 3 and 1. Well, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 3 5/8. It's just one of the standard little envelopes. So, but we have to cut our top open here. So I'm going to cut the top, excuse me, I'm going to cut the top open before I glue this shut, because I want to put a little piece of paper in there to seal the inside of the envelope for when you're putting your tag in, and you won't see it. And I thought it would just be easier to put this right down in here. I'm just going to glue this down in here, and then I can seal my envelope shut. So we'll do that. I think I like this side better. How's everyone doing? Hopefully I'm up here where I belong. I've had this little project sitting on the back burner for quite a while. I guess I get stuff ready, and then I think something else looks more interesting. Make sure that'll close. So see, with this down in here, when we open this up to take our tag out, we won't see this. You're not going to see this because you're not going to be looking at it. So I can go ahead and glue this. And I'm just going to glue along this top part. And I'll glue down to here. Now we have the opening to our pocket. Now I think I should have put that on this side, but we'll just call this our front. So if you have a floating pocket and you don't want to cover it, it'll just look like it's finished. Okay. Now this is going to be on the front. I primarily want as much of this butterfly to show as I can. Some of it will be cut off, and then some of the leaves will be cut off, but that'll be all right. You just got to make sure you don't glue your envelope shut, because then you won't be able to get into your pocket. So let's see. I'm going to put it something like this. And I'll get most of that butterfly. Only a little tiny bit will get cut off. This was a freebie from somebody, and you know, for the life of me, I can't remember who it was from. But it's very pretty. And now I'm going to trim this off. Try not to cut your envelope. Probably jinx myself saying that. And if you have bigger scraps, this would work good with bigger scraps. That's all these are from is scraps. You put a little more glue right here. And I was going to use the same paper for the tag also, but I couldn't because the leftover wasn't big enough. Okay, so there is the front of our pocket. And that's pretty, I like that. Pretty, pretty. Now, for my my flip, this time I'm just going to put this on coffee dyed paper because I think it'll be stiff enough. And now I left a little bit hanging over because I want that to be part of my flip back there, because I wouldn't have had enough for this to be long enough. So I just want to glue this on, then I can trim my sides, but I'll glue it down to the bottom as best I can. I want this to show when I open it, because that's what I'll see. I like that. Okay, let me bring this back over here. I've told myself so many times, you know, if I would lay my paper down, I would probably be able to glue straighter. So I just hold it in my hand anyway. Guess it's just habit. Sometimes, you know, old habits are hard to break. Just like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Leave it up just a little tiny bit and I can trim it. And you know, when you're not talking, these go by a whole lot faster. But if you get everything cut out, get everything set, and then all you have to do is glue all of your stuff on, it does go by a lot faster. Now, if your paper does have direction to it, you just have to make sure you're not putting your flap on upside down. And then I want to trim my corners. I mean, I want to round them. I want to trim them. And my glue is wet, so sometimes it's hard for it to cut when it's wet. And sometimes it just surprises you. I still have a little tiny bit of paper there that's showing through. That's better. Now I trimmed around that and I didn't even trim it right. I gotta trim it to this size. See, I can't always talk and think either. So I don't want to haul out my cutter, so I'll just cut it. And then I'll round this again. Now where did the rest of my paper go? I don't know. Some of that was just supposed to be, I don't know, maybe I didn't cut it right. Well, it will be what it will be. I'm going to use my scoreboard and I'm going to score this just a little bit because with the paper doubled, I don't want it to wrinkle or anything like that. I'm going to want it to just, you know, flip over good. So I don't know how much this is. It is, well, it's almost 3/8, so I'll just go to the 3/8 line. And we'll just do it like that. And then I can erase that mark. No, I think I just want to, I don't want to. I don't want it really wide. I think I'll just do it right there. Let me see. That's going to fold nice. Yes. Okay, that'll fold over nice. Very good. I like it when something works right. And then this will just fold right over here. And then it'll fold back. I have to cut my thumb notch in here. I know what I did different. On this one, I cut it down a little bit. Maybe I should try to do that. I'll just cut this down a little tiny bit. We'll try not to mess it up too bad. I'll just fold this back a little. Told you it's been sitting on the back burner for a little while. Completely forgot what I was supposed to do. I have to hold it back here so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now I'll just glue this a little bit again. So if you're doing this, you want to leave a little room to get into your pocket. And that side's okay. So it would sit like this. It'll sit like this, and I'll cut my notch in here. And I think my lid is still a little tiny bit wider than what it's supposed to be. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so let me mark it. All right, and I don't have my cutter in here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think that's better. So now I just have to cut my notch in here. I think this is too big. Let me see, I forgot to grab my circle punch. And I think my other one is in the other room, so we'll try this one. We'll just go in so far and give it a cut. Hopefully it'll cut. This one doesn't always cooperate. There we go. All right. So we'll just ink around that a little bit. Okay, and I can ink around this a little bit. If for nothing else, just to cover up the underneath color, if it's white like what's on the envelope or the background to this. I don't really know, but I'll ink this anyway. Now this one is not as stiff as the other flap, but I still think it's nice. It's a nice weight, so it'll be good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the right way. And I'm not going to put it clear up to the line. I'm going to leave it just a little, I think. Is that what I want to do? I'll just leave it just underneath the line, the fold line, so it doesn't bind up when you're opening and closing it. Just barely. And then fold it down, and that looks good. Good, 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 good. Slide it over where it belongs. Your art glitter glue doesn't give you a second. Okay. Now, I have this for my closure, and this was cut out of, I think it was a different paper, but like some of it is similar. And it's going to cover up some of my tulip, but that's okay. I think I just want to burnish over this a little bit, just to make sure it's nice and straight. Okay. Now, I'm just going to have this about halfway, and then when it opens, it'll open out from under it, and then it'll close back under it, and that'll help hold it shut. I like doing closures like this. I think they look nice and they work good. So we'll take that out from under there. Make sure I got it centered. And that'll close right back underneath there. Isn't that pretty? All right, now before we put our gems on it, I'm going to go ahead and glue my tag. Now this is just a piece of cardstock, and it has glitter in the front. So this part here, I've already inked around this. This part here you can write on. This was from a different digital, because I didn't have enough of this. So I think I'll use my art or my Fabri-Tac, make sure it sticks to the glitter. But it goes good with the paper that's on the envelope. I want to say that this is the top and this is the bottom. And I don't really think it matters though. And I rounded my corners. Let's make sure it fits still. Oh, it goes right down in there nice. And then you have your flap you can journal on. And that would close there. Isn't that pretty? So I made my card, let me see, about 2 and 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 2 7/8 by 6 1/8. So I'm just going to put some butterflies on here. I'm just going to have them just wherever. Maybe just something like that. I liked that one around this color. I like to use butterflies when I need a fill-in. So just something like that. And another one there. And then this one over here. And then I thought I would just add these little tiny gems, one to each one, and I don't think that'll keep it from going into the pocket. I just like putting a little gem on my butterflies. Just dresses them up a little bit. Makes them look fancy. Okay, so there's one. And there's one. And that one. See, that just dulls it up a little bit. That's cute, I like that. I think I should let them dry before I push them down in there though. All right, so now on here, I'm just going to, we have this butterfly here, and then I just seen these because I like the background of this paper. I didn't want anything bright, so I thought I would just add these couple butterflies. Okay, now on this butterfly, because it's longer, I'm going to put 3 of the gold gems on it. That dresses that butterfly up. And then I'm going to put one on this little guy, one on this little one, and then I'm going to put one in the center of our little closure, just to make it look fancy. Okay, and that's that part of our envelope. And I think that looks nice. Okay, now I'm going to lay this down while I'm putting these gems on. I have these little flowers, so I'm going to put one of these in the center of each one. Okay. And then I have 3 little butterflies that I want to put on. Now, even though the blue is down here, I didn't think he would show up as well. So I'm going to put the blue one up there. I'm going to put the pink one down here. And I'm going to put this one, oh, I don't know, maybe something like that. But we'll put this little guy up here somewhere. Okay. And then we're going to give them each a little gem too, just because we have to. Put that there. And you know, because some of these colors in the backgrounds kind of had these tones, is why I picked this one. I'll just have that one flying that way. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta bring him down a little because that's the back flap. Okay. Now we have to give them their antennas. They have to know which way they're flying. And then we'll give them just each one little gem. He was big enough. I could have put a little bit more on him, but I'm only going to do one. And there's our cover. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Let me put this pin in. So we can put our tag in now. And I think our gems will be just fine going down in there. Okay, and there we go. And we can fold that right back under there. So what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. See, same kind of pocket, 2 different looks. So that's our video for today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope everyone comes back to see me for my next video. Let me know what you think. And everyone have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.